Mapagpalang araw sa inyong lahat. Ito po ang Wow Philippines at isa na namang reaksyon ang ating ibibigay sa inyo tungkol ito sa mga Russian na nandito sa Pilipinas, no? Isa rin ito sa mga refugee na talagang pinagpipili sila kung saan sila pupunta. Pero talagang isa ang Pilipinas sa kanilang destinasyon, no? Yung iba tumatakas dahil nga sa gusto silang gawing mga sundalo sa Russia na ipanlaban sa digmaan. Kaya sila ay tumatakas, lumilisan ng pasikreto. At yan po ang ating matutunghayan dito sa ating reaksyon ngayon. Please po, magbigay kayo ng comment down below kayo at like, subscribe. Importante po, suportahan nyo ang ating channel dahil ito po ang mga reaksyon tungkol sa ating bayan, tungkol sa ibang mga tao na nandito sa Pilipinas. Kaya ating alamin kung ano talaga ang mga nangyayari. Please po, suportahan nyo ang ating channel na ito, Wow Philippines. Mag-subscribe lang po kayo at comment down below.
Families are torn apart, friends are separated, and lives are uprooted in the desperate search for safety and freedom. It is a grip of fear and oppression. The fear is palpable, a constant companion for those who remain. The oppression is suffocating, a heavy weight that crushes the spirit. Their leader, Vladimir Putin, is waging a war. This war is not just against foreign enemies, but against his own people. The destruction is widespread, the suffering immense, and the toll on the civilian population is incalculable. The crackdown on dissent is brutal and unrelenting. Protesters are arrested, families are torn apart.
Alam mo, unang komento natin dito, alam niyo wala naman sanang gulo ito kung hindi lang sana pinagpipilitan ni Putin na kunin ang isa sa mga lugar diyan sa Russia, no? Ay sa Ukraine, no? Wala naman sanang gulo yan. Kaya lang, dahil sa malaking bansa nga siya, gusto niyang bawiin ang isang lugar diyan sa Ukraine at mapasama sa kanila. Kaya lang ayaw din syempre dahil may sariling gobyerno din ang Ukraine. Kaya ngayon ay nagkakaroon sila ng digmaan at ang mga mamamayan diyan gustong tumakas. At yung iba nga ay napunta sa Pilipinas. Yun po ay mga refugee, no? Patago-tago na lang sila diyan at tumatakas sila ng pasikreto, no? Kaya siguro nandito yung iba sa atin dito sa may Samala, dami-dami diyang mga refugee diyan, ha. At yung iba sa ibang lugar din sa Pilipinas naka-destinasyon, ano, nakatira. Kaya nakakaawa din, no? Kaya nga sabi ko hindi na 'to maiiwasan ng Pilipinas kasi ang Pilipinas isa sa mga tinaguriang nagkukupkop ng mga refugee.
And the fear of reprisal is ever present. They flee from forced conscription. Young men are taken from their homes, their futures stolen from them as they are forced into the military. They flee from a government that silences dissent. The freedom of speech is a distant memory replaced by a regime that tolerates no opposition. They flee from a future that holds no promise but prison or the grave. The choices are stark and grim, imprisonment or death. Their destination, a small island nation in Southeast Asia, thousands of miles away from the icy plains of Russia. A nation that offers a glimmer of hope in their darkest hour, the Philippines. This tropical paradise, with its warm climate, welcoming people, offers a chance for a new life. It is a beacon of hope for those fleeing the shadow of the Kremlin, a place where they can start anew and build a future free from fear and oppression. The exodus began slowly, a trickle of frightened souls escaping Putin's tightening grip. Then the war in Ukraine began. It became a flood. Men, women, and children all fleeing for their lives. They left behind their homes, their families, their pasts. They carried with them only what they could carry, a few precious possessions, the clothes on their backs.
Kasi sa ganyang digmaan, hindi mo na masasabi na madadala mo ang lahat mong kagamitan. Kung ano lang ang mapupulot mo, ilalagay mo sa bagahe mo, yun lang talagang mabibitbit mo, mga damit. Kung may pera ka, mas maganda, no? Kasi may naitago kang pera, yun talaga magagamit mo sa pag-alis mo diyan sa bansa ninyo, lalong-lalo na kung may digmaan talaga, no? Kasi kung alam niyo kung bakit, kung hindi lang nakikipagdigma ang ating mga presidente sa mga lugar-lugar, hindi naman dapat magkakaroon ng ganitong klaseng problema ang mga mamamayan, no? Kaya talagang naghahanap sila ng lugar na pwede nilang tirhan, no? Isa na ang Pilipinas na talagang kinupkup sila at mabuti naman kung makakaalis na sila dyan, pansamantala sila sa Pilipinas muna tumira.
And the heavy weight of their memories. Their journey is fraught with danger. They travel by land, by sea, by air. They navigate treacherous routes, dodging checkpoints and patrols. They risk arrest, imprisonment, even death. Their escape is a testament to their desperation. They are willing to risk everything for a chance of freedom. They are fleeing a frozen hell. They seek refuge in a tropical paradise. The Philippines seems an unlikely haven for Russian refugees. It is a world away, culturally and geographically, yet it has become a beacon of hope for those fleeing Putin's regime. Why the Philippines? The reasons are complex. The country has a history of welcoming refugees. It has a relatively relaxed visa policy. And perhaps most importantly, it is far from the reach of Putin's regime.
layo, no?
Section 5, 1,000 miles from Moscow. Life in the Philippines is a world away from the lives they left behind. The tropical climate, the vibrant culture, the friendly people. It is a sensory overload. They grapple with a new language, new customs, a new way of life. Yet, amidst the challenges, there is a sense of relief. They are safe. For now, they are free from the constant fear that haunted them in Russia. They can breathe again.
Grabe, no?
Section
Lugar
6.
ng ginhawa.
Whispers in Tagalog. They build new lives for themselves in this strange new land. They find work, they learn the language, they make new friends, they form communities sharing their stories and supporting each other. Section 7. Ferdinand Marcos Jr., a dubious savior. The Philippines, under the leadership of Ferdinand Marcos Jr., walks a delicate line. On one hand, the country has a policy of non-refoulement. It does not return refugees to countries where they face persecution. On the other hand, it does not want to antagonize Russia. Section 8. The long arm of the Kremlin. The fear is palpable. The chilling reality of living under the shadow of a powerful regime is something many dissidents know all too well. Can they ever truly escape Putin's reach? The question haunts them every day as they navigate their lives in constant fear. The Kremlin has a long history of silencing its critics, even those living abroad. Assassinations, poisonings, kidnappings. These are not just stories from the past, but ongoing threats. The methods are as varied as they are ruthless. From the infamous poisoning of Alexander Litvinenko to the nerve agent attack on Sergei Skripal, the message is clear. Dissent will not be tolerated. The refugees in the Philippines know this all too well. They have fled their homeland, seeking safety and a chance to speak freely, but the fear never truly leaves them. They live with the constant awareness that their past could catch up with them at any moment. Every knock on the door, every unfamiliar face is a potential threat.
The long arm of
Hamakin mo habang nagdidigmaan ang mga lugar dun sa kanila. Siyempre, nandun ka pa sa bahay mo. Talagang manginginig ka, no? Mangangamba ka. Baka mamaya, mahuhulugan kayo ng mga bomba sa mga bahay nyo. Makikita mo yung mga anak mo dyan, kamag-anak mo dyan, kapatid mo dyan, nanay, tatay mo, lolo, lola mo, mga alaga mo pa ng mga hayop, no? Habang nandiyan kayo sa loob ng bahay, biglang may bumato ng ano, no? Tapos, goodbye kayong lahat. Kaya ang mas maganda talaga lumikas muna, no, at pumunta muna sa ibang lugar. Katulad dito sa Pilipinas, nandito sila, safe talaga sila, at nararamdaman nila yan sa kalooban nila na itong lugar na to, itong bansang Pilipinas na to, meron talagang freedom sila na gumawa ng mga kasiyahan, kaligayahan dito. At yan na nga, nakita na nila hanggang sa ngayon, ay nakita nila yung demokrasya sa Pilipinas na gagawin nila kung ano man ang dapat na sa mabuting pamamaraan ng gawain, ginagawa nila ngayon. Kaya tuwang-tuwa ang mga Russian na ito, na refugee, na nandito sila sa Pilipinas namumuhay. Totoong-totoo talaga yan.
The long arm of the Kremlin extends far beyond Russia's borders. It reaches into the lives of those who dare to speak out, no matter where they are. No one is truly safe. The sense of unease is a constant companion, a reminder that the Kremlin's reach is long and its grip is tight. The struggle for freedom and safety continues, but the shadow of fear remains ever present.
Section 9, Finding Solace Under the Philippine Sun. Despite the ever-present danger, there is a sense of hope among the Russian refugees in the Philippines. They find solace in the warmth of the sun, the beauty of the islands, the kindness of the people. They find strength in their shared experiences, in their resilience, in their determination to build a better future for themselves and their children.
We have found a new community here. It's not perfect, but it's a chance to rebuild our lives.
Section 10 of Fragile Freedom. Their freedom is fragile, their peace precarious. They live with the knowledge that their sanctuary could be temporary. They know that their lives could be upended once more, yet they choose to focus on the present. They choose to embrace the opportunity to live in freedom, however long it may last. They choose to hope for a brighter future. Section 11. A plea for sanctuary. The plight of Russian refugees in the Philippines is a stark reminder of the human cost of authoritarianism. These individuals, driven from their homes by fear and oppression, seek safety and a chance to rebuild their lives. They carry with them stories of hardship, resilience, and an unyielding hope for a better future. It is a call to action for the international community. The world must recognize the urgency of this crisis and come together to provide the necessary support. Governments, organizations, and individuals alike have a role to play in offering aid and advocating for the rights of these displaced people. The world must stand with those fleeing tyranny. Solidarity is not just a word, it is a powerful force that can bring about change. By uniting our voices and efforts, we can send a clear message that oppression and violence will not be tolerated. We must provide them with refuge, a place where they can feel safe and begin to heal from their traumas. This means not only opening our borders, but also our hearts and communities to those in need, with support, with hope. These small acts of kindness can make a world of people who care about their well-being and future. We must not allow Putin's reign of terror to extend beyond the borders of Russia. His actions have already caused immense suffering, and it is our duty to prevent further harm. By standing up against tyranny, we protect not only the refugees, but also the principles of freedom and justice. We must ensure that the Philippines remains a safe haven for those seeking sanctuary from oppression. This country has a long history of welcoming those in need, and it is crucial that this tradition continues. The safety and well-being of refugees depend on our collective efforts.
We must act now. The time for action is immediate. Delays and inaction can lead to further suffering and loss of life. Every moment counts when it comes to providing aid and support to those in desperate need. These refugees need our help, our solidarity, our voice. They need us to speak out on their behalf, to advocate for their rights, and to ensure that they are treated with dignity and respect. Our collective voice can make a significant impact. Let's not turn our backs on them. Let us open our hearts and extend our hands in support. Together we can make a difference in the lives of those who have lost so much. Let us be the beacon of hope they so desperately need.
Ayan, hanggang dito na lang napaliwanag na rin nila na talagang naghahanap sila ng matitirhan na lugar katulad ng Pilipinas, at dito nga nila talaga nahanap ang kaligayahan at demokrasya sa Pilipinas, dahil magpapasalamat sila na ang mga Pilipino ay handang tumulong at handang tanggapin kahit anong relihiyon, kahit anong lahi sila. Talagang open arms ang mga Pilipino na talagang yakapin ang bawat mga lahi na pumupunta dito, lalong-lalo na mga refugee na nangangailangan ng tulong sa atin dito sa bansa natin. Talagang nakakalungkot man sabihin na talagang may gulo o may digmaan sa lugar nila. Kaya lang hindi natin hawak 'yan, no? Kaya ang atin lang dito na makatulong tayo sa mga ganitong lahi. At kung syempre naman kung sa atin din nangyari 'yan, ay maaring lilikas din tayo at pupunta rin tayo sa mga lugar na kung saan ay tinatanggap din ang mga Pilipino. Kaya dapat sana wag tayong mainis kung bakit nandito yung mga refugee na yan, kasi kung sa atin din nangyari yan, baka mamaya maghahanap din tayo ng lugar na masisilungan natin. Kaya magiging mabait lang tayo sa mga kapwa natin, lalong-lalo na sa mga dayuhan, kasi hindi natin masabi ang panahon, di ba? Kaya para sa akin din naman, nasa batas naman ng Pilipinas, kasama tayo diyan na tayo ay tumatanggap ng mga nangangailangan ng tulong sa batas na yan, at simulat sa pool na yan, simula pa kay Manuel Rojas hanggang ngayon, talagang tumatanggap tayo ng mga refugee. Marami sa ating mga Pilipino ang ayaw ng ganito, kasi daw baka mapuno na ang Pilipinas ng mga iba't ibang lahi. Kaya lang nasa kasunduan po yan ng lahat ng bansa, at kasama tayo. Hindi naman lahat namumukod tangi ang mga bansa na kasama sa mga tumatanggap ng mga refugee na katulad sa atin, nasa batas na po yan na simulat sa pool na yan, na need natin na yumakap ng ibang lahi pag may mga ganyang gulo o digmaan sa lugar nila, kasi tayo ay humanitarian tayo na mga savior na lugar, kaya dapat natin silang yakapin. At hanggang dito na lang, sana naman naintindihan na natin ngayon yan, kasi marami sa ating mga Pilipinong nagtatanong saan daw ba ang ibang mga lahi nakatira. Marami po sa Pilipinas, watak-watak na po sila, at yung iba nga ay nagsasama-sama, naggumagawa na nga ng community para din na iisang lugar lang sila, At yung ibang lahi ay nasa ibang lugar ng Pilipinas, doon natin sila matatagpuan. At kung kayo ay may mga katanungan, please po comment down below kayo, like and subscribe. At kung kayo naman ay may suggestion na kung anong dapat natin na mga i-reaction, comment down below lang din kayo dyan at i-reaction natin yan, aalamin natin. Please po, suportahan nyo ang ating channel na ito, Wow Sarap, Wow Sarap, Wow Philippines. At yung isang channel ko, Wow Sarap Philippines, pero ito Wow Philippines. At suportahan nyo po, like and subscribe kayo dyan. Maraming salamat sa mga mabubuting Pilipino na mga nanonood sa ating vlog ngayon. Suportahan nyo po para mas marami pa tayong makikita at malalaman na merong ganito pala na mga nangyayari na hindi natin alam sa buong mundo, na ang Pilipinas ay tumatanggap ng mga refugee. Yan, maraming salamat. Keep safe. God bless po sa ating lahat.